What's up, Bills Mafia? Boy, the Buffalo Bills had a bye week from hell. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is PZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills just had their bye week from hell. And my God, it started with a banger. And y'all know what that was about.
To the Buffalo Bills star and the arrest warrant tonight. Police issuing the warrant for NFL star Von Miller, accused of assaulting his pregnant girlfriend at their home in Dallas. Here's our investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, tonight.
Tonight, star Buffalo Bills linebacker Von Miller turning himself into police, accused of assaulting his girlfriend of 7 years. Police say they responded to what they called a major disturbance at a Dallas home late Wednesday morning. Court records say Miller's girlfriend told police they were arguing about upcoming travel plans when she slammed the door of the office, which made Miller visibly angry. As she tried to leave, Miller allegedly began to shove and push her, all while telling her to leave. And at one point, she says he began applying pressure around her neck for 3 to 5 seconds before letting go. And while the altercation was going on, she kept yelling, "Stop, I'm pregnant." She was treated for minor injuries, Miller leaving the scene before police arrived. The 34-year-old was the Super Bowl MVP in 2016 while playing for the Denver Broncos. He's now in his second season with the Bills. The Bills and the NFL said they're aware of an incident involving Von Miller. We've yet to hear David.
And that started the bye week, and that was lovely for the Buffalo Bills to have to go through their bye week when it was supposed to be, a week where you get your mind right, clear your mind, get your body back, in good shape as far as health-wise, and boom, bombshell. Von Miller, arrest warrant for hitting his pregnant girlfriend, allegedly. I want to say that, though. I'm not going to go too much into this because I already talked about this for an hour and a half on my live stream when this breaking news happened late last week. But guys, the team definitely didn't need this. But then things get even worse for the Buffalo Bills.
You're like a laughingstock. You're a joke. McDermott, you're a joke. You're a good football guy, right? I thought you're a good man before this. And now you're using the communication skills of the terrorists in 9/11 to try to get your football team all pumped up and learn the value of communication. It makes me sick. I literally want to vomit right now. Like, I have so many emotions going through my body right now. Like, I just want to punch Sean McDermott in the face and say, dude, how dumb can you be? Oh. That's garbage. That is just garbage.
What a way to get this week going. Bills Chiefs week, and we got the Tyler Dunn article. By the way, it's a good read. You definitely want to read it. I think you got to subscribe to read the full article, but I saw part 1, part 2, part 3. And let me tell you, it was good enough for me to understand that everything I've been telling y'all seems to be the truth when it comes to Sean McDermott. And by the way, he addressed this, and we'll get to that right now.
The team meeting that has been brought up My intent in the meeting that day
Sean.
was to discuss the importance of communication and being on the same page. with the
Sean.
team. I regretted mentioning 9/11 in my message that day, and I immediately apologized to the team.
Are you telling me that wasn't a motivational speech that Sean McDermott got? That what was he thinking? I get this was a while ago, guys. I get it, 2019. But you're in New York. Your team's it doesn't matter where they're at, but your team is in New York where you head coach. What the hell made you go in to that room and give them a speech about 9/11, how they could come together like the terrorists did on 9/11? It's mind-boggling. By the way, this isn't something he just brought up in the spur of the moment. He obviously had this planned out in a speech the night before, right? He knew what he was going to talk about when he had that meeting. What are you doing, Sean McDermott? Let's get back to it.
Not only was 9/11 a horrific event in our country's history, but a day that I lost a good family friend.
Oh. Even better then
So
to
with that, I'll
talk
turn it
about
over
to give them a motivational speech about how good the terrorists communicated. What? This is our head coach, by the way. This is our guy. This is our leader.
It was mentioning 9/11 in the context of the team meeting. That was the goal of the team meeting, was about the importance of communication.
Importance of communication, my friend. Those terrorist guys, they got together, they communicated very well, guys. This is what I want from you guys. Well executed. By the way, he is getting absolutely roasted throughout national media, social media, everything. It's wild. I mean, this statement alone in that article is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling.
And being on the same page as a team.
Being on the same page. What? No.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not here to discuss the article that's out there.
You don't want to discuss it because it's probably a lot of truth in that.
Because this right here is very, very important to me.
Very important.
And
better get that right, pal.
Something I take very seriously.
Oh.
Just awareness around a horrific event more than anything, and a situation that I lost, as I mentioned, a family friend, really multiple family friends.
What was he?
And that was it.
Sean McDermott. By the way, there's a lot more to that article than just this. That's wild. And I get it. Listen, I'm sure there's a lot to the article that may be a little stretched, right? You know, I know Tyler Dunn said he spoke to about 25 different people, former players, former coaches, assistant coaches. Obviously, there's sources. There's no name dropping in this article. So that's where I'm getting at. It could be a little bit stretched here, but the fact that he came out and addressed this right away says there is some truth in this article, right? That somebody told him about that 2019 meeting and it was factual, or McDermott would have came out and said, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I never mentioned 9/11, and he didn't do that. He didn't say that. That's wild to me. Now, I will say this as well. If the team was winning, This may, I mean, it may still be a story, but I don't know how big of a story this would be. I'll be honest with you, even though it's still mind boggling to me. And I also think, all the rest of this article, which is basically talking about his relationship with Josh Allen, isn't really a good one. His relationship with his coaching staff isn't necessarily good. There's a lot, guys. I can go on and on. I mean, you guys have to go and watch that, or go read that article by Tyler Dunn. Now he was a reporter for Buffalo Bills. I believe Bills News. It was a while back, and I think he also covered Green Bay as well. Let me see if I can get you some of these little snippet pieces here for you guys. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see if I can bring it up some. How would I do that? How would I do that, guys? I may not be able to. Let's see here. I'll be able to read them at least to you. So, you know what? It's just, I'd rather you guys. You know what? I tell you what, guys. You just go and read the article. It's better that you read it, you understand it, you see what's going on since Sean McDermott has taken over as head coach. Now, I want to say this as well. I think Sean McDermott overall has done a pretty good job as a head coach here in Buffalo. He's done a lot of good things. So I want to make that clear when we're addressing this conversation about our head coach, Sean McDermott. This season, by the way, is not over. It's not over. Anything can happen, right? There's 5 games left. By the way, me and Mikey are going to be going live tonight. Finally, we're back after our bye week. By the way, we had a bye week that was good to great, right? We relaxed. We didn't have to stress about Buffalo Bills football over the weekend. It was good for us, but not so good for the team. And my God, man. Anyways, we'll be back tonight at 8:30 Friday Night Lights to preview the Bills-Chiefs game, so you don't want to miss that. But back to McDermott. Listen, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he proves everyone wrong. I hope the team rallies behind him and goes out there and finishes the season strong with 5 wins in a row and bounces us into the playoffs. By the way, thank you, New England Patriots, last night, Thursday Night Football. They defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday Night Football, dropping the Steelers to 7-6. So, though, and I told you guys this on my last video, the Buffalo Bills will not jump any of the 7-5 teams, even if they all lose this weekend, because they have a better conference record than the Buffalo Bills. But it's still a help, obviously, right? Because then there's still games to be played. But right now, man, it's all in Buffalo Bills' hands. It really is. It doesn't matter if these teams lose. We got to win. We got to figure a way. So, hopefully this distraction, because guys, let's be real. This is a distraction. No matter how you want to move around it and you think it's not, it is. Your head coach is now all over goddamn national media and social media, and he's going to have to address the team, which, by the way, he already did. It's wild, guys. It's wild. And then, not to mention, the Von Miller situation, which, by the way, Brandon Beane had a press conference on, what day was that? Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. And basically saying Von Miller is going to be on the Buffalo Bills team, on the roster. It will be interesting to see if they make him active and then the next 5 weeks. Because I got to say, I didn't think his play was good enough to be active. I thought having him inactive for a little bit to get him back to being at least somewhat close to being Von I would be okay with. So now, of course, if he is inactive, people are going to be like, oh, he's inactive because of this, ongoing investigation. But it could be, the truth is, it could be because he's just not playing good football right now. And he's not right physically or maybe even mentally. But we'll never know that now because of this situation. And you guys know how I feel about the situation. I'll say it again one more time so you guys understand. I'm right down the middle. Right down the middle. And so is my co-host, Mikey. And you guys know me and my co-host, we don't always agree. But we agree on certain things, and this one we do. And let the system, let the justice system work this out, right? Let him go through the motions of figuring this thing out as far as the justice side, right? The police, the courts. We don't know what happened. We weren't there. Once again, I know it sounds bad, but I've witnessed so many things in my lifetime that sounded bad on paper or people, news article or whatever. And it winded up not being true or somewhat true, or it winded up being true. But we have to go through the motions. You can't just judge somebody off an article or he said, she said. You guys know this. Listen, I'm sure in your lifetime, there's somebody that said something bad about you or something might have happened that just simply was not true. Or it was just a little far stretched and it made it sound way worse than really what the situation was. So I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying there's two sides of the story. And I'm not the one to say this dude's guilty because it sounds so bad. Like, I can't do that. Now, mind you, I'm also not saying that she's lying either. So that's why I'm saying I'm down the middle. I can't. Maybe he did do these things. Maybe he is a scumbag. I don't know. But let the evidence pile up first so we can see it. And then we can judge for ourselves when we have more stuff coming in. A phone call does nothing for me. I'm sorry. Now, I know a lot of Bill's content creators feel way differently than me and Mikey. Way differently. It was mind-boggling and really, honestly, a little quite surprising that a lot of Bill's content creators were really upset that Von Miller was at the practice facility this week, that he's going to be on the 53 still. They felt like he should be sent home. I disagree. I disagree big time. Guys, once again, if that was the case, we would have sent Shady McCoy home, right? When all that allegations came out with him and his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend at the time, we would have sent Ed Oliver home when he supposedly got a DUI and that was false. What about the Josh Allen situation when he was drafted? About the tweets that he did, right? Saying he was racist and all that. Remember? Just throwing that, guys, things sometimes don't always, they look bad, but sometimes there's a reason behind it or there's more to the story. So just throwing that out there. Now, the Matt Ariza thing, that's interesting to me. That I kind of felt like the Bills did the right thing for Matt as a person, because I felt like Matt at the time, because it was such and I'm not saying the Von Miller situation isn't serious. I just feel like the Matt Ariza case was so crazy, and the fact that it was an underage girl, there was multiple people involved. I can't say the word, but GR, you know what I'm talking about. It was really, really bad and serious prison time if he did these things. And I kind of felt like Matt Araiza needed to concentrate as a person on this issue. He needed to get a lawyer and really just concentrate on making sure he doesn't go to prison for a long time. And he did just that. And they found out that she was lying, essentially. Now, obviously, the Bills had to go and get a punter. They couldn't just wait around. That case, by the way, took like a while. It took like a year and a half, I think, to really settle. And finally, the detectives got all their work done and figured, hey, she's lying. We got video proof and all that. But the Bills can't wait a year and a half for a punter, a year and a half. So I get it. I feel bad for the kid. I do. And I will say this. There's also obviously, he's a punter, a rookie punter. Von Miller's a Hall of Fame player and a edge rusher. I get there's a difference there too. I would have been curious if that was a Von situation. Though I think if that was a Von Miller situation and that was the same type of thing, I almost think they would have sent him home. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. But man, anyways, that was a tricky situation for me. However, during that whole time in that investigation, while he was still on the team, I said the same thing I'm saying now, man. Let it play out. Let the justice system play out. Let's get all the facts together before we judge this kid and make him to be a bad guy. By the way, I also heard other podcasts saying he's a scumbag because she was underage. By the way, he was in with her. He left. So I don't understand how people could just bad talk people without all the facts. Get the facts right, man. Sit back, relax. Let it all come in first before you judge somebody. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, bye week from hell for the Buffalo Bills. And it was wild, guys. Wild week. Dawson Knox is returning. It seems like he will play this Sunday versus the Chiefs. And Kyer Elam is also off the IR, but I think he's going to wind up being inactive again, because that's what Sean McDermott said today regarding Dawson Knox and Kyer Elam. I told you guys, you're not going to see Kyer Elam. He may get off the IR, but he's going to be inactive for the remaining of the season. So I think all of Bills Mafia at this point realizes Kyer Elam is not going to see the field again for the Buffalo Bills unless there's unbelievable, injuries that happen from this time moving forward. I just don't see it happening, guys. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for the rest of the week. Let's just hope nothing else comes out about our coach, about a player getting arrested. Man, we've gone through enough. And by the way, this team, the last 2 years, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it, guys. What a wild ride this has been. If you're Bills Mafia, right? I mean, guys, I just go back to 2022, the offseason. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. The offseason, Tops, supermarket, and Dawson Knox's brother dying suddenly, and Matt Araiza, right? Injuries, and Von Miller getting ACL, and it was wild. What a wild Damar Hamlin. Obviously, we all know that story. And then we think we're past that. We think we're finally done with all of that. Going into 2023, and boom, like a fucking bomb blows up right in our face again. Trey White, Achilles, out for this season. My God, man. Matt Milano breaks his leg. What? Daquan Jones, torn pec. It's just and now you got Von Miller getting arrested, and Sean McDermott using terrorist motivational speaks speeches. I can't make this up. This is real. This is our Buffalo Bills, man. This is it. Let's just hope it gets better from here on out. What can I do? All I can do is come on here and talk to you guys and clear my mind and just talk, man. But anyways, we'll be live tonight, 8:30. You don't want to miss it. Saturday, just a heads up, 2:00, fantasy football show with Mikey and Howie, Fantasy Kingdom. That's a 2. And at 6:00, AFC East Shakedown will be on Ace Per Head. So that's Curtis's channel. If you don't know their channel, it's in my channel's link. You'll see their Ace Per Head, and you can go ahead and subscribe. That's at 6:00. And I may do a pregame Sunday at about 11:00, 11:30 for the Bills Chiefs game. And then obviously we're doing the live post-game show, and hopefully it's a good one. So you don't want to miss that as well. So anyways, Bills Mafia, you know I love you. And as always, go Bills. I am out of here. Peace.